For many people, flying, even in Concorde, is to be avoided at all cost. For others, it's a time-consuming hobby, sometimes carried out on a very small budget. And for a few, it's a way of life, a means of earning a living. This is one such man. Meet Harvey, an extrovert entrepreneur whose passion for flying is matched by his skill as a pilot. And this is one of several aircraft flown by him, an American-registered twin-engined Piper Seneca, which today is preparing for a flying visit to Coventry, a journey which is to include one or two surprises. The Seneca has short takeoff capabilities, a feature which Harvey is keen to demonstrate at any available opportunity. In this case, using only a third of the available runway at Crossland Hill. A steep climb out soon gets us to our cruising altitude of around 4,600 feet, and the weather at this stage of the trip is fairly good. Flying in a straight line to Coventry is not Harvey's idea of fun, so to add a little spice he decides to make a slight detour and give us an aerial view of Manchester Airport's main runway. Manchester Air Traffic Control are quite used to requests such as this and are happy to oblige. We reduce altitude to around 2,500 feet and get a good view. At this height on a cold January morning, there's a certain amount of turbulence, so with the sightseeing over, we return to the relative calm of a higher altitude. The Seneca is a general-purpose six-seater, which was first produced in 1968. The twin 200-horsepower Continental engines with counter-rotating propellers provide a cruising speed of around 185 miles an hour and a maximum range of just over 1,000 miles. Harvey's credentials are equally impressive. He's qualified on single and twin-engined fixed-wing aircraft, as well as piston and turbine-powered helicopters. He also has an instrument rating for night flying, holds a commercial pilot's license, and is currently studying for his instructor's certificate. By now we're under the guidance of Coventry Air Traffic Control, and we have permission to enter the airfield circuit in the standard left-hand pattern. This left-hand direction is a legacy from the First World War, when aircraft like the Sopwith Camel turned much more easily to the left due to the torque effect of the rotary engine. Today's fixed-wing aircraft are now flown from the left-hand seat, and the tradition remains, though even modern aircraft are not immune from the odd bumpy landing.
Romeo 180 back track right on the green.
Just a cup of tea, perhaps half an hour.
Where you are?
The purpose of today's visit is so that Harvey can make a quick check on one of his other aircraft, which has had a major overhaul, leaving a large hole where his wallet used to be. The twin-seat Robinson R22, used by many companies for flight training, is one of the world's most successful light helicopters. A new four-seat version looks likely to continue the Robinson's success. Back in the air, the homeward leg looks as though it will be carried out in fairly unpleasant conditions, though we have reports of improving weather ahead, and we settle back for what should be a routine flight. 15 minutes into the trip, and with everything apparently working smoothly, the two passengers are about to get a nasty shock. A warning noise from the instrument panel indicates that all is not well. As you would expect, Harvey is unperturbed. In theory, the Seneca could complete the return journey to Huddersfield and make a safe landing on one engine. and all pilots are trained to cope with emergencies like this. The power of the remaining engine is increased slightly, the aircraft retrimmed to compensate, and we're still in touch with air traffic control. After giving the recalcitrant engine a rest for a while, an attempt is made to restart it. At first there's little response, and the two passengers have to sweat it out a little longer. Finally it coughs back into life and is brought back up to its normal running speed very gently to allow for the sub-zero air temperatures outside. As if to give us back our confidence, the weather is now improving again and conditions for flying are much more pleasant. With the aircraft behaving perfectly once again, Harvey decides to give us one last treat, a low pass down Wessenden Valley and over the 3 reservoirs. Our initial approach is made over the Holmfirth Greenfield Road, losing height fairly quickly.
We're going down through this valley.
For those who like to take in the scenery at a more leisurely pace, a walk down this valley would take around 2 hours. Our trip takes just 3 minutes, and by the time we get to the final stretch of water, we're down to around 75 feet and travelling at almost 200 miles an hour. Recovering from the G-force of the tight turn at the end of the run is a little difficult after 2 hours in the air. Even so, Harvey finds it hard to resist the chance to demonstrate the Seneca's short landing capabilities during our final approach. The sight of Crossland Moor has never been so welcome.